So do you know what? Last night, Caoimhín Kelleher for Liverpool, he saved a few penalties. So he's now, and Liverpool got through against Derby. He's now won the most penalty shootouts as a goalkeeper for Liverpool in their history. It's the 4th time that he's been in goals and they've won a penalty shootout. And it got me thinking, who's the penalty saving king in the GAA? Or
just
penalty king?
Yeah. And just on that as well, he's only played 18 times for Liverpool, I think. And
Crazy,
he just seems to be involved in all these cup kind of penalty shootouts. It's mad. Penalty saving king. I'll tell you something now. In hurling, Brian Mullins that plays with Burr, I can't remember a penalty being scored on him. Genuinely. And I'm sure there has been, but I would always think it's 70-30 that he will save the penalty anytime anyone steps up. I don't know whether, I've never actually asked him about it. I don't know whether he gives him the eyes or what, but he's been around so long. He's been playing with Burr since 97, 25 years. And he spooks lads. It's weird. He spooks lads when they step up. Some amount of lads either end up trying to bury it down the middle or he goes to the side that they've hit it to. So he'd definitely be one at club level. Football-wise, I seem to remember Paul Hearty been fairly tasty at saving penalties. That would be a lot to do with how big he was, I'd say, as well. And if he guessed the right side, there was probably a fair chance he was going to save it.
Yeah, I have it in my head that maybe David Clark would have saved one or two over the years for Mayo. Maybe, who else comes to mind? Would Stephen Cluxton have saved a penalty or two? Well, I'll tell you who is also coming to mind. So 2 other lads are coming to mind, but I don't know if it's because they did it so often from play, but Damien Fitzhenry and Brendan Cummins. But I just can't remember how many of those would have been penalties.
Well, Henry's penalty went in 09, didn't it, anyway?
But that's because Paddy Maher's hurley clipped it. I think Cummins had it.
Yeah, Cummins didn't look happy with him initially as well. I don't remember Cummins maybe making a lot of penalty saves. I remember him making some of the great saves that we've probably ever made in the game. But I'd love to hear what people think. A lot of the time, there's very good club keepers as well that are just brilliant at either giving you the eyes or psyching you out, or doing the little Bruce Grobbelaar thing, with the hands on the knees and all that kind of crack. And even for a couple of the penalties last night, like the keepers were nearly out at the 6-yard box by the time. It's amazing when rules are enforced sometimes, and then other times they're not.
I was watching Real Madrid lose to Rayo Vallecano on Monday evening, and Thibaut Courtois, he was on the line, bouncing on the line, and he came out. I'd say he was only that much off the line, so there was barely a little bit of green in between his boot and the end line. And they went to VAR, and they went back, took it again, ended up scoring it, and Real Madrid lost the game. Although no harm seeing Real Madrid lose the odd time, is there? Let's be fair.
No, probably not. I seem to remember Benny Tierney making a couple of saves. It's just funny. It's just someone that rang a bell, and Hearty definitely rang a bell too.